Hey all, here at OS Reviews. You're watching our quick hands-on review of the Letscom T22. These are TWS true wireless earbuds that sell for under $50, and for the price, they might be the most fully featured earbuds at a bargain price. Now they have a built-in LED display that you can see precisely how much battery is remaining, just like another pair that we checked out. But these also have Qi wireless charging built on in, so you can pop the battery case directly onto a wireless charging mat to quickly charge it up. It also has a full USB port that you can use it as a power bank to juice up your phone or tablet when you're on the go, and a pretty long battery life of over 80 hours with a 2,600 milliamp hour capacity in the charging case. So again, for the money, you're definitely getting a lot of features in addition to the latest Bluetooth 5.0 chipset standard. So here's what we get inside of the packaging, the earbuds themselves, which again are rated to be IPX5, so splash proof. You can wear it when it's raining, take them through the gym, and they will still survive. We've got a quick user manual that's pretty well documented, spare silicone tips to get a more comfortable fit, and a charging cable. Now the cable is using the slightly older micro USB as opposed to USB Type-C, which is probably the only slight deficiency in its hardware. Now if we take a closer look at the design of this battery case, it is quite similar to the aforementioned Autumn Power Pods, which were the other TWS wireless earbuds that we reviewed that had a built-in LED display that told you how much juice was remaining. So this is really the second pair of wireless earbuds that we've seen that has a more precise measurement. And on the back here is where we also have just some very basic specs, 2,600 milliamp hours, and also where you can pop this onto a Qi charging mat to quickly top it up. As a quick size comparison, here it is next to the Redmi AirDots and also with the Apple AirPods. So you can see that it is going to be significantly larger just because we're essentially taking a power bank and putting it into this as well. Now the lid for the battery case isn't held into place magnetically, so you have to open it up mechanically. There's a latch basically that you apply a bit of pressure to close it and then open it up. So not the most elegant design there, but inside we have the aforementioned earbuds themselves, which have a pretty dramatic LED light strip on them that can glow red and blue to tell you the charging and the pairing status. Now the earbuds themselves are relatively lightweight because they are made entirely out of a glossy plastic material, and there's a vinyl-like material on the front that's capacitive for you to play and pause and control your music with, microphones on the top, and otherwise a very conventional design, although there is a slight curve to the shape on the rear that makes it conform inside of your ears a little bit better. As far as the dimensions of the earbuds themselves are concerned, if we compare it with the Redmi AirDots, you can see they are pretty similar. They are a little bit thicker on the sides, but not by too much. So these are not the largest, earbuds that we've ever seen. Definitely are still relatively comfortable, again, for long-term music listening. Moving to audio quality, the pros of these T22s would be that the audio latency is very low, so you can stay connected with your phone, you can play and pause the track, and the left and right channels are still synced together really well. You can watch a video and the audio and video are also together without any problems, and it also has the AAC audio codec built on in. Otherwise, mids and highs also sound quite clean, and there's very little hints of distortion either. So even if you pause the music and listen really closely, you won't really hear any hints of hissing or noise in the background. Now, the downside, and to some folks this might be a deal breaker, would be the bass. It's just really overpowering in my opinion. Now, if you're a bass head, you might really enjoy this, but I find it to be not very controlled. Granted, it's not the best timing because I just finished up a review for the Soundpeats True Engines 2, which have some of the best audio quality out of any wireless earbuds, which is to say that it's perfectly adequate for consumer type music, but it's not really the most accurate representation of sound that you'll be finding. The result is, if you're listening to, say, rock music, the vocals can sound quite thin and drowned out just because the bass is just going full force and it's kind of rattling. It's not the most kind of clean bass either. It's just, again, a little bit too artificial for my particular liking. Definitely something that you can get used to with listening to it for a little bit more and can still be enjoyable if you're watching, say, a soundtrack or if you're watching a movie, just because having more bass can give you some added immersion. And again, if you do enjoy bass, if you're a bass head, then this is definitely one area where you actually might really like these. Just know that it's not the most neutral or really realistic sound profile. So that's the Letscom T22 True Wireless Earbuds. Again, if you're looking for something that primarily has a really large battery capacity, something that's going to last you for a long time when you're on the road, possibly to also act as a mini power bank to charge up your phone, and having pretty much all the features that you would possibly want, including a Qi wireless charging component for the battery case itself. It's perfectly fine for casual music listening and for casual streaming of videos for the typical consumer. So you can check out more details if you're interested in the links down below, but for now that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. That's been the Letscom T22 True Wireless Earbuds.